17 at the loss of 2 wickets is where the Mumbai Indians have ended after the end of the first innings. They were asked to bat first. Hardik Pandya said that's fine. We'll take up the challenge. It's not like we minded. By the way, what has happened in the course of the 48 runs that Suryakumar Yadav scored, he's now become the newest holder of the orange cap. So you see a lot of changes that continue to happen both on the points table with teams changing points, with teams changing places, and you also see a lot of tossing around of the orange cap as well. I'm in the company of Siddharth Vishwanathan. We watched those 217 runs be scored against the Rajasthan Royals side, which had a new comer in Akash Madwal. We'll talk about his performance, but overall when we look at 217, Siddharth, which is the happier team right now?
I think it should be the Mumbai Indians who are very, very happy, because see, Hardik Pandya wanted to bowl so that he could get a feel of what is the target that needs to be chased here. But we all know that 200, it's a very, very flat deck that you're seeing. On this flat wicket, you saw Rajasthan chase down something in excess of 210 against the Gujarat Titans with 3-4 overs to spare. But this is the Mumbai Indians bowling lineup. A bowling lineup that not only has a Trent Bolt, but it has the cheat code in Jasprit Bumrah.
And there's a Chahar as well.
Deepak Chahar, yes. So you'll have a couple of, if Vaibhav Suryavanshi goes bang bang, you may see Bumrah introduced far earlier. Okay, you got a Hardik Pandya. Today they have 8 bowling options today. 8. Will Jacks, Tilak Verma, Namandir, Corbin Bosch, Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya. 8 guys who can bowl. But their pace bowling is good, but somewhere down the line their spinners may find it a bit difficult because they don't have a proper spinner. They don't have Mitchell Santer. Maybe they trust in Corbin Bosch that they will do well. So yes, Corbin Bosch impressed in the game versus Lucknow Super Giants, and 61, 53, 48, 48. Dominant batting display from the Mumbai Indians.
So what does this tell us? Was this super batting on display, or was this a combination of super batting which was aided by flat conditions?
It's a mixture of both. Flat conditions, agreed. But again, poor bowling also added. Look at Fazal Haq Farooqi all over the shop. Those 21 runs that he conceded in that 17th over really changed the entire complexion of that. If they had restricted them to just about 200, maybe Rajasthan Royals would have had a chance. But those 20 plus runs, then combined, Archer got things back with 8 runs. But then Akash Madwal bowled well. I think 4 overs, none for 39. I don't think does justice to the way how he bowled. Regularly clocking in excess of 140 plus. Which begs the question, why didn't you start him earlier? Why did you persist with Tushar Deshpande? Why did you persist with all the others? Sandeep Sharma, we know he's out for the whole season. You got the confirmation now. Sandeep out for the whole season because of a broken finger. And he's gone. So you could have persisted with Akash Madwal. Why did you take 11 games to ensure that he got you through? So it was a combination of, earlier on, I think stroke making wasn't easy. The ball was zipping through. I think it was kind of holding up the wicket.
One thing we saw was that Mumbai Indians were going at about 9.5, 10 for the first 10 to 11 overs. Eventually they finished with a little under 11. So to sustain the flow of runs, I think this wicket is good enough. There wasn't deterioration per se, or there wasn't a drastic change. What you heard from the two captains as well at the toss was that the previous match was proof that batting gets easier in the second innings. Now we saw 2 batters cumulatively playing 46 balls and scoring 48 runs each.
46 balls, 96 runs.
As identical as it gets. 48 runs, 23 balls. Just the boundary distribution is a little different, but they eventually finished with the same strike rates.
No, actually, 4 plus 3, 7, 6 plus 1, 7.
That
same
ways,
number of boundaries.
Yes. Yeah. The further bifurcation is a little different, with Surya dealing in more 4s than 6s, and Suryakumar and Hardik Pandya
dealing in more 4s.
Dealing in more 4s as well, but 6 4s for him as against 1 6. But the way that the two batted Siddharth, did it give you an impression that yes, things have eased out even more as you approach the end of the first innings?
217. I don't know what has eased off. I mean, I think it's remained consistent, the pitch. It is still a belter. It is still a very, very good pitch to bat on. If you nail the Yorker.
Look at it this way. The first two batters for Mumbai Indians, their openers, Rohit Sharma had a strike rate of 147, Ryan Rickelton with 160. That and then the next two batters to follow suddenly take the strike rate beyond 200. Is there a story over there for us to decode?
Either Rohit was struggling because he's got the lowest strike rate of them all. Could it make a difference of 10-12 runs? I don't know. Initially, I thought they struggled with the stroke making. The ball was not coming onto the bat. As it got softer, the ball, the pitch became easier to bat. So, a much better bowling lineup, I think, could restrict the Rajasthan Royals. The start is important. Look at the start today, 116. If Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Yashasvi Jaiswal can do that, then I think the game might slip away from the Mumbai Indians. They don't have...
Why I feel 217 is enough. While if there was a better opponent over there, I think this wouldn't have necessarily been the safest total. I would have called it 50-50 if there was, let's say, a Punjab out there or even an RCB. We know they're very good with chasing. Maybe it would then have been 50-50. But right now I'm tempted to say it's 60-40 in favor of the team that has already batted, because RR have only shown us half flashes, I would say. Where they are in the points table sums up the story. The other day we saw a freak knock, one that has gone down in history, and if it wasn't for that, maybe they wouldn't have, or they would have been devoid of the 2 points that they have right now, or the 2 more points that they have now. So Rajasthan Royals will again need somebody to step up. I remember us saying the same thing last time as well, but I think 217 for this Mumbai Indian side that has the quality of a Trent Bolt. And remember, it was extremely windy about 90 minutes, 100 minutes back at the start of the match. So if that wind is to return again, there was in fact a fear that there was a bit of a dust storm on the way as well. Eventually it didn't hamper anything in the match. But if there is that little bit of assistance, then a Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt can really go ahead and wreak havoc. So I am looking forward to that. Of course, there's a big test now for the prodigy that has taken everyone by storm in Vaibhav Suryavanshi. We all want to see how he fares against Trent Bolt and Jasprit Bumrah, Deepak Chahar. They're going to be the ones to...
He's the difference maker. Which is why, see, even Gujarat had a good bowling lineup. They had Prasidh.
But they were caught unawares.
Now, you know what is the one major thing? In that Vaibhav Suryavanshi knock, how did he get out? When Prasidh had the Yorker. And in the entire cricketing world, no one bowls Yorkers as brilliantly and consistently as a Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah.
If you want to ramp scoop him or lap scoop him,
Good luck.
If Vaibhav does that, hats off then that he's the most fearless cricketer we have ever seen. Because some people have tried, they have failed miserably against Bumrah. But I think what should happen is, I think Rahul Dravid would be telling Vaibhav Suryavanshi, go for it, but see which areas and which balls you have to target. Use your own merit in that sense. Don't go bang, bang every single time. You know, in the 3 knocks that I saw, he tries to go bang, bang every ball. Some top edges land very safely, especially in that first game against LSG. Some top edges landed very safely.
Yes.
Even in that game, Shubman Gill was right in calling out that he was aided by some luck. But as usual, people in this country think luck is very negative. That's what he praised the knock also.
Yes.
Which is why, if you only have 2 batters who can set it up for Rajasthan Royals, others are struggling.
It's the openers.
That's it. Yashasvi and Vaibhav. If not a Vaibhav, I don't know who else will step up. A Jurel hasn't stepped up. A Hetmeyer hasn't stepped up. Nitish Rana has been big test for Riyan Parag, the batter today.
He's been getting starts. He's not been able to convert.
Exactly. So that's why.
But I think it's down to the quality of bowling that Mumbai have. And Jasprit Bumrah, I know he took a couple of matches to strike the kind of form you expect him to be in. Now that he's struck form, I think that makes life very difficult for any team, not just Rajasthan. So that's going to be the challenge. I think the batters have done a fairly good job to get to 217. And over to the bowlers now to protect these 217 runs and ensure Mumbai then get to 12 points.
They can, no, 14.
14 points.
They'll
They're
go on
already
top of the table.
already on 12. Yeah.
And I think Rajasthan will join CSK in the E bracket then. They will be eliminated.
I'm not
Just
sure
go to
of
the
that.
points table,
I'm not sure
Pawan.
of that.
Let's go to the points table because, see, they have played a total of how many games?
This is their 11th, I think.
Yeah, this is 11. They can only get to 12. If they win 3. There's no way they can make it. Because some of the other teams...
Yeah, because there are teams that are already sitting pretty at 12.
Exactly. And the one team that has ensured they don't go, even if they finish 4th, is Punjab Kings. 13 points. So technically, 14, 14, 13 with one spot.
No, but if they... Yeah, you're right.
They'll also be in the E bracket along with Chennai Super Kings, Rajasthan Royals. If SRH lose tomorrow against GT, then they're also in the E bracket. 3 teams are done then. So that is why, because SRH also can get to only 14, even if they lose.
But they'll stay alive for one more match then.
One more match, exactly. So yes, whoa, I am looking forward to this if it comes. Jasprit Bumrah versus Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Every ball.
So you're saying it could not even reach that stage? You're saying if that comes, because we've seen with Bumrah, he can bowl outside the power play, he can bowl the 3rd or the 4th over at times as well.
Exactly. Because I don't know, what if a Deepak Chahar or a Trent Bolt, they're also not any gully cricket bowlers, they're also international cricket bowlers.
But quick thoughts, since you spoke about the ability of Jasprit Bumrah and nobody else to bowl those Yorkers. We saw a good exhibition of Yorkers today from an Akash Madhwal.
And a Jofra
Archer. But a quick word on Akash, because we were all urging the franchise and we were all hoping that you see him at some point. The only 2 Indian bowlers we all had our eyes on, glad that we could see one of those 2, Natarajan and Akash Madhwal, both who've been impressive in the last couple of seasons, especially for their Yorkers. How good was Akash Madhwal today?
Which is why I say DC and RR shouldn't play loud music in all their functions. They just can't seem to hear. What is T. Natarajan doing? You pay 10 crores for the guy. Yeah. He's a proven bowler. You don't play him. Akash Madhwal, yaar, I mean, look, on this condition, he get to zip. Look at the zip he was getting today.
And the pace.
141 clicks plus, nearing 90 miles. Why don't you play him on a regular basis? Why? That is why. Rajasthan's ultimate blunder is not picking the right players at the right time. Sure, there is a very sparkling exhibition now that you're seeing.
Yeah.
But too little.
Okay, how? Because we're only moments away from the first ball being bowled. How much of a percentage chance for Rajasthan?
I would say 15% chance.
15%?
15%.
So it is 85-15 for you?
85-15. Anything can happen. Because see, if Jaiswal and Suryavanshi give them the kind of start that they had against, I don't know which bowler will leak 30 runs though, which Karim Jan did that day. Maybe it could be a Corbin.
Is there like anybody with the credentials or anybody over there that can do a Karim Janat?
Could be a Corbin.
Could be. You don't know with him much.
Yeah. But Deepak Chahar also, see, this is the right point for him to bowl. He and Bolt will open. And that is where I feel the game could be won or lost. If both the openers go, then it is overwhelmingly 98-2 in favor of Mumbai Indians. And they have also not won at Savai Mansingh for 13 years. They'll want to end this jinx. Yes. And Bumrah took 4 wickets, almost missed out on a hat-trick against LSG.
RR won all previous, I think 6
out of 8.
6 out of 8.
Yeah, the last time Mumbai won was 2012.
2012, yeah.
Yeah, I think they won by 9 wickets, if I'm not 9 or 10 wickets.
So let's see how this chase goes about. It is Deepak Chahar bowling at Yashasvi Jaiswal right now. The prodigious Vaibhav Suryavanshi is watching all the action from the other end. Let's see then, plenty of exciting elements for all of us to savor. You savor them just as much as we will.
We will be back then for the lengthy and long post-match discussion. If Vaibhav does something special, it'll be very, very long indeed. So, bye-bye. See you for the post-match.